Dana
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana
Riku was born in 2014. He was diagnosed.
Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundare Jaya Purnamase Jaya Abhiranagare
Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundare Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Jaya Jaya Gopeshwara Vrindavana Maja Jaya Jaya Krishna Sakha Vatudveja Raja
Jaya Jaya Gopeshwara Vrindavana Maja Jaya Jaya Krishna Sakha Vatudveja Raja
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Jaya Rama Ghata Jaya Rohine Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vase Jata Jana
Jaya Rama Ghata Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasiyata Jana
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha.
One misconception of meditation is that if you're meditating, your mind will be blank.
Jaya Dveja Patni Jaya Naga Kanya Gana Bhakti Teja Hara Pailo Govinda Charana.
Jaya Dveja Patni Jaya Naga Kanya Jana Bhakti Teja Hara Pailo.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, uncle. We are doing fine.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. You're looking very fresh, very colorful. Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Yeah. Okay, so we have already, a few devotees have already joined. And we also welcome all the participants who have joined us online through Facebook and YouTube. And with that, I'm sorry I really didn't get any chance to look at the schedule for the presentation. Whose turn is today for the presentation? I know last week we couldn't do the program.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think Govind has today.
Oh, okay, really? Govind, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Didi.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Govind, I see Govind is online. Great. So Govind, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Can you give me co-host so I can?
Oh yeah, I
present?
should. Yep. Yeah, you should be able to present now.
I still can't present.
So you can try now. Sorry, I have one.
Yeah.
And if you wish, you can switch on your camera also. That will be great to see you. Yay, I could see Govind. Very good.
My camera keeps turning off.
That's okay. You can start.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Today I'll be giving a presentation about Sri Jiva Goswami. Sri Jiva Goswami was born in Malda, India in 1513. Sri Jiva Goswami was the son of Sri Vallabha and the nephew of Sri Sanatana Goswami and Sri Rupa Goswami. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Malada, Sri Jiva Goswami was blessed by having darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he was just a baby at that time. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu indicated that he would be a great scholar. Later on, his father and uncles resigned from their jobs and renounced their family life to go serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Being an only child, Sri Jiva Goswami was left with his mother. As he grew up, Sri Jiva Goswami took up the worship of the deities of Sri Radha Krishna. While studying under local pandits, he became proficient in grammar, poetry, and rhetoric. In his childhood, he made a deity of Krishna and Balaram. Expressing his pure devotion, he would often cry while worshipping them. After offering clothes, chandan, flowers, ornaments, and tasty sweets to Krishna Balaram, he would take some and give Mahaprasadam to his playmates. Sri Jiva Goswami was so much attached to Krishna Balaram that at bedtime he would embrace his deities and fall asleep. One day, his mother decided to take away Sri Jiva Goswami's deeds of Krishna and Balaram and hid them. When Sri Jiva Goswami went to pay his obeisances to the deities, he started crying and asked his mother where the deities were. He kept on crying, and his mother did not know what to do, so she gave the Krishna Balaram deities back so he would stop crying. He was completely shocked by that and was in sadness. After that, someone suggested to Sri Jiva Goswami that he go to Mayapur and see Lord Nityananda. Sri Jiva Goswami traveled with a group of pilgrims to Mayapur to see Sri Lord Nityananda. Everyone in Mayapur was very happy to meet the nephew of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatana Goswami. Sri Jiva Goswami spent a couple of days touring all the holy places in Mayapur with Sri Lord Nityananda. After the pilgrimage, Sri Lord Nityananda gave his blessings to Sri Jiva Goswami to proceed towards Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Sri Jiva Goswami received shelter at the lotus feet of his two uncles, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatana Goswami. While staying with his uncles, Sri Jiva Goswami was taught the Srimad Bhagavatam by his uncles. He also helped edit their writing and assisted them in any other work. Sri Jiva Goswami also got initiated by his uncles. Sri Jiva Goswami would regularly also bring water for Sri Rupa Goswami's and Sri Sanatana Goswami's baths. He massaged their heads with oil, cleaned their ashram, worshipped their deity, and cooked for them. After the passing of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami became the foremost authority in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. In 1542, Sri Jiva Goswami established one of the most prominent and important temples in the Vrindavan area, the Radha Damodar Mandir, installing deities of Radha Krishna that had been personally carved by Rupa Goswami. At that time, he also established the World Vaishnava Association and the Rupa Nuga Vidyapati, an educational facility for Gaudiya Vaishnavas to study the works of Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatana Goswami. His erudition and spirituality was so famous that the Mongol Empire Akbar became his ardent admirer and donated papers for his writing. Sri Jiva Goswami went back to Godhead in 1596. Sri Jiva Goswami ki jai.
Hari Bol, Srila Jiva Goswami Path ki jai. Thank you so much, Govind. Very, very nice presentation and very, very nice topic of Srila Jiva Goswami. Wonderful, wonderful Acharya in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. And he got direct association of and shelter of both Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. Based on their teachings, the whole Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara was founded. So very, very nice points. Anyone has any comments, any questions, any additions? I'm sure all of us must have heard about Srila Jiva Goswami. So if no questions, no comments, question for everyone based on the presentation Govind gave. What was the relationship of Srila Jiva Goswami to Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami? Anyone would like to jump in and answer? We have Govind, we have Gopal Govind Prabhu from New Jersey. He will be helping us live stream Guru Maharaj's Katha shortly. And we have Ajay Prabhu, Neena Mataji, Anil Uncle, Smita Aunty, Bhavya, Dilip Prabhu. I'm not sure it is Dilip Prabhu or Beena Mataji or both. Madhu Mataji and Amar Prabhu, Suvrat. Anyone would like to answer this question? Okay, Govind, you want to answer that question?
There is uncle.
Yes. So he's the nephew of both Srila Sanatana Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami. So since childhood, he got Krishna consciousness. And I really like the points you covered, very, very to the point, very focused. So he was attached to the Vigraha of Radha Krishna since his childhood. So that's why in our scriptures and all of our acharyas, they always advise that a child should be engaged in the service of Krishna at a very, very early age. We should not think, oh, he's just a child, why to put him into bhakti? That is the most important thing. Rest of the things will happen anyway. But we need to initiate them into bhakti right away, as soon as possible, even before the age of 5 years. Earlier in the age of 5 years, children used to get initiated also, right? So, and just Vigraha Seva, if you see the live, so we are every week, one or the other devotee is covering one or the other acharyas. And if we really look into the life of all these acharyas, all these great souls, they were just not doing the Vigraha Seva. It's not that they were just sitting at one place, just doing the arti and ringing the bell, or it's not that they were just studying Gita Bhagavatam sitting at one place. They were very, very dynamic, very, very active. What does it mean? That they were serving on the ground. So whatever sadhana they were doing, they were utilizing it in the service of Krishna by being actively working to expand the teachings of Krishna. Any acharya we see, nobody was just sitting idle in a passive state or just ringing the bell or just studying. They were very, very enthusiastic, very, very energetic, very active in their sadhana as well as in the seva. And what seva? To expand the teachings, to expand the movement, to assist the movement. Like in this case, Srila Jiva Goswami was assisting both Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami in expanding the movement. And that was 500 years back when the country was ruled by Mughals. It was not that easy. Still, they were so great, so enthusiastic that they were able to expand the movement. So just wanted to bring that point that Govind reminded me from his presentation. Any other points? Sugrat Bhavya, any points?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. If no other points, thank you so much, Govind. Wonderful presentation. I will request all the devotees to unmute themselves and say 3 Hari Bols for Govind. Hari Bol. Hari.
Haribo. Haribo.
We look forward to the next speaker next week. The schedule is available online. Please check and plan accordingly. So, Gopal Govind Prabhu, you there? He must be busy with setting up the things. Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev is with him at his home. So, Gurudev and Guru Ma are traveling to USA and they are in New Jersey. So they are at His Grace Gopal Govind Prabhu's place in his Bhakti Riksha, in his Friday Bhakti Riksha for the class. So I thought it would be nice to connect to the class. So I requested Gopal Govind Prabhu. I mean, they are having in-person program now. So devotees are getting together in his house like every Friday. So I thought we can connect through Zoom and hear some words of wisdom from Guru Maharaj. So as soon as Gopal Govind Prabhu is ready and Guru Maharaj is ready there, we will hear from him. In the meantime, any other thing any devotees would like to share, any realizations, anything? Anyone would like to sing a bhajan or kirtan, we can do that. Okay, if let me check with Gopal Govind Prabhu if they are ready. Once again, thank you, Govind, for very nice presentation. Hare Krishna, Gopal Govind Prabhu, you're on mute. Hare Krishna, Gopal Govind Prabhu, can you be on mute?
See, I went to the same thing and I went through the same thing, but I'm not experienced enough to prolong visualization from my experience. But the one thing I do know is that, like, each time it got scary, I would just, like, I was like, every step. That's all I was doing the whole time, like, keeping my mind off. It was like, it's a good experience.
Okay.
I agree how it's like kind of material. It's self-inflicted.
It is self-inflicted injuries.
I nearly died.
Alright, guys.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila
Are you
Prabhupada,
able to hear us?
all glories to you.
And
Okay. Are you able to hear us?
some almost fell off.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Guru Maharaj and
Jai Ho, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
इसको बुलाएं बोलो. Yeah, I do. So we'll move on to the next step of the program, and we'll be hearing from Guru Maharaj today. And
adjustment mission, sir. That's it.
USA. And it's Friday, 29.
डीपर आहे
सगळ्यात डीपर हल्दीच्या सगळ्या डीपरच असतात त्या मागे म्हणून त्याला पिलो ठेवायला पाहिजे.
So short introduction for
ही नको
so Shriman Kratu das Adhikari. He's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada and has been in teaching for almost 45 years almost, and he got initiated in a very interesting environment in Toronto, and he had a very successful material life, but just by the instruction of his Guru Maharaj to preach, give up everything and preach, Srila Prabhupada said that there are so many engineers, we don't need engineers, we need preachers. So next day he gave up all the degrees and his job. He threw up all the degrees in the trash and started preaching. So he's well known for his Nityanand fairies, which is going door to door, preach, and many thousands of people are benefited by his preaching and by the message of Krishna, message of Srila Prabhupada. And today he is there with us. So let's take advantage and feel free to open your heart, ask questions, which will help you to be more fixed in the Krishna consciousness.
Okay. First of all, can I ask you to join with me here, right next to me? Accept yourself. नहीं आप बैठो ना आपको तो you're okay. You're okay. You should sit down on the chair. Come closer, as much close as you are, the better it's going to be. I'll deliver better. Yes.
Yeah, it will help because we don't have mic, so you come closer, you can hear
Mic
better.
is, even though if there is a mic, still closeness is very important. And if these children wants to go upstairs, they are welcome to. If you like to go upstairs. So think about what you want to what we want to discuss about. Not able to hear me. So you need some device.
Maybe if you can hear.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Damrit Pranam.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, Maharaj. It was little static, but it's better now. Thank you.
Okay, I'll put it on my heart. So it will.
Nothing could be wonderful like that. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Okay. Okay, now you can hear me better.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, we can see you, your lotus face also. We can hear you better also. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Lotus face.
Sounds good.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So only 4 people. 5. Okay.
Guru Maharaj, we have quite a few devotees from Reading and also from India.
Okay. Wonderful.
We
So let me chant a little and then we can discourse about something, and if not, we can have a question answers, whatever. Jaya Radha Madhava Kuya Vihari. Yeah, Mridang. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Vihara Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Sudananda Raja Janaranda Sudananda Raja Janaranda Sudananda Raja Sudananda Raja Janaranda Yasodhananda Raja Janaranda Yasodhananda Raja Janaranda Very good. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivedacharya Stotara Sata Sri Srimati Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Sri Advait Gadadhar Srivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyamakun Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Brajma Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki. All glories to Samadhi Guru. Glories to Sisi Guru and Gaurango. So, anybody has any subject in mind? What did you do last week?
We are reading the book called Rivers of Wisdom, and the topic is devotional activities, devotional services. And the last week we did the question. What was the question?
Okay, anyway, so we can invite subject from here, whatever you like to hear, we can talk about it. Anybody has any? First of all, can I have everybody's name? You can write it down, names.
These common crowd.
Yeah, but I have to know them. Okay. Yeah, your name, Prabhuji?
Sivachandran.
Sivachandran. Sivanchandra.
Sivachandran.
Sivachandra or Sivan?
Sivachandran. Sivan, not
Sivachandra. Sivachandra. That's good name. Sivachandra. Parvati Chandra. Parvati. आपका नाम माता जी? You are together, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your name? Preeta. Jnana Preeta. Maybe Jnana Arpita. Jnana Preeta. Jnana Preeta. Maybe Priya for Jnana. I don't know. Jnana Preeta. Okay, Sivachandra. Mayur and Mayuri. Mayuri. Huh?
They have actually a story. He is Gujarati and she is Maharashtrian.
Who sees?
She is there.
Huh?
I thought she's behind right there.
તમે ક્યાંથી છો? ક્યાંથી છો ગુજરાતમાં? રાજકોટ. Right, Rajkot. And आपका नाम? Poonam. Okay, rest, I think I know. Rest. So Siva, Chandra and Jnanarpita. Jnanaprita. Oh, okay, Mataji.
My name is Vimla.
Vimala.
My
Good.
husband is not here.
Okay.
These are my kids.
Your kids?
3 kids.
3 kids. Good. Wonderful.
Harina
Vimala.
Manan
Huh?
Prabhu. Harina Manan Prabhu. They are Ram family.
No, she's from Rawalpindi,
Yeah.
but not speaking Gujarati.
They are coming, but they
You don't speak Gujarati, do you?
no, I can.
So learn.
I can understand Gujarati, but
You can understand. You pick up.
yeah, I
Good.
do a lot.
Huh? Because she's surrounded by Gujarati, speaking. They all speaking Gujarati in the house. So they all are my good friends. My Purchandra.
Yeah, he's coming.
And, oh, he's a, yeah. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And your name, Prabhu? Bhushan. And anybody with your wife with you? Okay, okay. Bhushan. Okay. Siva Chandra and Gyanarpita and Poonam, is it? Poonam and Mayur and Vimala. 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 And Bhushan. Bhushan. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And those bunch of green kids fell out of there.
Guru Maharaj, if you allow, can I read the names from here?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Guru Maharaj. So we have Ajay Sharma Prabhu, Neena Mataji, Anil Raz Uncle, Smita Mataji, Anita Mataji, Radhika Mataji from India, Bhavya.
Radhika from where? India?
Yes, yes, Guru Maharaj.
In India, where?
Radhika Mataji Maharaj.
Oh, Radhika.
Yeah, Radhika Devidasi Mataji from Delhi.
Radhika.
Yeah, Radhika.
He's doing it up in the mid of the night. Okay.
Bhavya, Vishnathan uncle, he's from Harrisburg. He is right now in California and he knows you very well from Harrisburg.
Yes.
Dilip Jindal Prabhu.
Dilip, yes, Dr. Dilip.
Yes, Dr. Dilip Jindal Prabhu, Veena Mataji, his wife. Gokulanand Das Prabhu.
Yes.
Govind, Kameshwari Auntie, you know him from Reading. Kameshwari
Yes.
Auntie.
Yes.
Madhu Sharma Mataji, Amar Sharma Prabhu, Madhuri Radhika Devidasi from Delhi. Sahil Prabhu. Madhuri Radhika Devidasi.
Madhuri Radhika, okay.
Yeah. And Nitai Sundar Prabhu, Sahil Prabhu.
Oh, I thought I'm picking to only 3-4 family. My Chandra Prabhu. Thank you. Oh, Kim, Dr. Sen. Oh, wonderful audience. I'll have
Maharaj Nitya Gopal Prabhu from Harrisburg and Sujay Prabhu.
Wonderful. So quite a few. So looks like I'll have to deliver something worth a while. I don't know what. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. My Chandra Prabhu ki jai. Huh? Yes.
Oh, right. You can do
Naam something?
the effects of Kali-yuga, or you can do the importance of chanting of.
So I remember the question from the last, so we can explain that. Association.
Okay.
Last time our question was that we do the sadhana, we do the bhakti, but still we find difficulties. Right? So when we find the difficulties, what we do? So we are reading a book from Raghunath Maharaj, Rivers of Wisdom. So there he said that even though you find difficulty, just continue. Just continue. So there were a lot of questions on that. We can expound on that. And this is devotional service. So in devotional service, how to stay fixed, basically that was.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rup Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
ऐसे पास back pocket. Give it here. Bring it here. I think it should be here. Okay. Let me do this one. So old age. So difficulty in devotional life. What is the name of that book? Reversible.
Rivers of Wisdom.
Rivers of Wisdom. So, where is not difficulty? There is so much difficulty in earning money, but we stick to it and we do it, even though we don't like to, from morning till evening. Who likes to work? Nobody. Nobody likes to work. So, even though they work, why? Because they are determined. Nischay. They are determined. I want to make money. I want to have $5 million house. I want to have big car, big wife, big husband, big, everything big I want. So then you take that austerity of working morning and evening and going through the so many, maybe more than 1 million test exams in 25 years of study, becoming IT doctors and lawyers and so much, and preparation for those tests, so much headache. And we go through whole schooling, 8 hours, come home, tuition, 3-4 hours, and after tuition, a poor child takes a little prasad, and again Ma ya Bap, they will sit down with them again. Why all this thing? It's not a difficulty for a poor child, a little baby, so much torture, it's called torture. just to earn a little money. Not little, you want bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is all material. Material means it will give you very, very little amount of happiness. And it's okay. They're outside. Let them play. Oh, you're closing. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. I thought you were telling them to quiet down. Good. They're out of us, you know. They can converse very well. So much austerity, so much. There is strong determination. Strong determination. I want to make bucks. They are determined. And for that, so much austerity. So Krishna Prem is billion times more, more palatable, more realizable, more enjoyable, everlasting. So for that, we have to get it for nothing. Where is that equation? You have to perform austerity. Austerity is wealth of Brahmins. Austerity is wealth of devotees. Tapasya. Tapasya. Why tapasya? Because we want to attain the topmost goal of our life. This MBA, PhD, and earning money and big villa and big car and big whatnot. We are determined and we are putting up with so much austerity. Tapasya. So Krishna Prem is billion times more important than all these material amenities. And material amenities will be finished in no time, if not then 100 years. Body finished, everything else is finished. And we are not the body, we are spirit, soul, and we will keep going eternally. From eternity, we are coming, we are existent, we are existing from eternity. We don't have birth. Na jayate, na mriyate kadachin, naam bhutva bhavita, vana bhuya, ajo nityam sasvato yam purana, na hanyate animane sarire. So that's what we are, eternal. We have no origin. We have no cause. We are ever existing from time immemorial. And will exist forever. So this is eternal life. And this will make us eternally happy, this eternal spiritual life. So for 100 years, we are going through so much torture. And for spiritual life, we want easy. 64 rounds, no, we can do. Prabhupada knock it down to 16, 32 to 16. And even that is difficulty, then you are not serious. You are not serious. You are serious about your education, money, honey, and house, car, family. We are serious about this, which is temporary. And we put up so much with this material energy to keep everything happy, peaceful, blissful. So much. And then, if you are lucky, then we will get nice car, nice job, nice honey, nice money. If you are lucky, we may not even get it after all these austerities. But here there is a guarantee. In spiritual life, there is a guarantee. Krishna is not a thankless master. He is Bhaktavatsal. I wrote a book on Bhaktavatsal, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Wonderful book. And there is billion times more bliss than material bliss. And for material bliss, we are determined, we are putting up so much austerity and so much headaches and everything. I would say spiritual life is easy than material life. So much easy. It's a life of bliss. Life of bliss, like she was explaining in her week's realization. Janmashtami is coming, big party and big kirtan and big association, big time. Everything plays, natak and association of devotees. She's deriving bliss from today or even before. And that comes without any austerity. Prabhupada has designed Hare Krishna movement in such a way that without performing any austerity, you derive so much topmost bliss. So much bliss. In my life, every moment of my life, there was nothing but bliss. Since I became a devotee, of course. Before it was there, but whatever parents gave us, a little spiritual life, we all have a little spiritual life. But Prabhupada gave us all. Prabhupada gave it all. So who would like to have this spiritual bliss? So there may be little austerity here and there. In comparison to material austerity, it is almost negligible. Nothing. 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 Looks like it is austerity to get up early morning. But once you get up and you start your spiritual life, up to 2-3 hours, and after that you become so blissful. But that austerity can be minimized by going to bed early. Go bed 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Eat as soon as you come from work. Eat right away. And one should eat right away. Should not eat late. And that means, the doctor says 4 hours after you eat, you can go to bed, not before that. So you eat as soon as you can, and then 2-3 hours, 3 hours later, you hit the bed. So automatically you would like to get up. That's not an austerity. Where is austerity? And even if there is austerity, so much bliss is there. Chanting rounds, if you chant rounds with the intense loving affection to Radha Krishna, it is so much enjoyable, so much blissful, meditating on their lotus feet, on their roop, meditating on holy name, meditating on his pastimes, abode, meditating on his devotees, entourage. So much blissful. Whomever you associate with, you take up that quality. गधे से गधा मिले करे लातम लात है ना गुजराती में कहते हैं गधे से गधा मिले करे लातम लात और भक्त से भक्त मिले तो करे एटर्नल ब्लिस का अनुभव करे है ना they become jubilant conversing about Krishna. Madachitta, Madagata Prana, Bodhayanta. Wonderful, you all know it. All know it. Ramanticha, enjoying. Ramanticha. So, devotee association of like-minded devotees. समझातीय भक्त के साथ संबंध association brings pleasure. So Madachitta, Krishna, all devotees have their chit, mind, intelligence, ego, Madachitta. Their minds, intelligence are always dwelling on Krishna. Prabhu, please take a chair, please. I want you to. So, Madachitta, Madakata Prana. And devotees' consciousness is always in Krishna. Krishna consciousness. Consciousness means three things. Man, Buddhi and Ahankar. Mind, intelligence, and true ego. So these three things, when it is employed in Krishna, then that is called Krishna consciousness. Chetana, Krishna Bhavana. Consciousness comes from mind, intelligence, ego. So these three things we should employ in Krishna. Then what will be the result? Tusyanti stiramanticha. It will give us total happiness, total satisfaction, total bliss. For any bliss you want, you will have to perform some austerity. And to have Krishna conscious bliss, very minimal austerity. Very minimal. Nothing much, absolutely nothing. On the contrary, I say there is no austerity involved. Nothing, no austerity involved. You want to get up early if you want to derive that bliss. You want to chant Hare Krishna when you want to derive that bliss. You want to cook for Krishna. You want to go to temple, a club for Vaishnavas. Prabhupada says, I build this temple so that devotees can associate with one another. There is no other purpose to this temple than association of devotees. So tapasya is necessary. But Prabhupada has designed ISKCON in such a way that there is hardly any tapasya. There is absolutely no tapasya. They say illicit sex. From this rule we follow, no illicit sex is tapasya. No, the other way is tapasya. You're draining your consciousness, you're draining your body, you're draining your thinking, feeling, willing, everything. Gambling, meat-eating, meat-free cigs, dirty thing. This is not tapasya. Nice, palatable vegetarian dishes, millions of dishes in vegetarianism, and in meat there is no variety. How much variety is there in meat cooking, meat industries? What variety? There is no variety. And they make variety out of meat by adding vegetables in it, by adding spices in it. So gambling, meat eating, intoxication. This is not. This is a real austerity actually. To have all these things is austerity. Performing Krishna consciousness is no austerity. It looks like it is austerity. Waking up early morning, chanting rounds, looks like austerity. But as you advance, it becomes the source of total bliss. Total bliss. We have to learn the art of performing pure devotional service. We have to learn that art. And that's why there is no in history where devotees have fallen down. There is no history. Mayavadis, impersonalists, yogis, we have seen their fall down. But a true devotee, we haven't seen any devotee fall down. Why? Because devotee finds in devotional service a higher taste all the time than what they have. Ultimately, a close proximity, close association with Krishna and Srimati Radharani, gopis, manjaris in Golok Vrindavan, where there is nothing but utsav every minute, celebration every minute. Celebration for eyes, celebration for nose, celebration for ears, celebration for all the senses. Utsav. So where is the austerity? I don't see austerity. It looks like austerity because we want to indulge in material life. That's why spiritual life looks like austerity. Partying. We are partying every day. Spiritually, you can find Bhakti Vriksha every day. You can go to temple every day and have sumptuous prasad, association, service to Krishna, serving on altar, cooking, cleaning. It's utsav. It is celebration. Out of love, just like a mother with a new child, baby born, the mother doesn't find austerity in taking care of a young baby, breastfeeding and stool and urine cleaning and whatnot, and sleeping with the little baby, crying all night, crying all day. And his mother doesn't find that austerity, but her husband, because there is a love involved. There is love. The mother is Vatsala, Vatsal. Cow is cow and calf. So calf is called Vatsal. And cow's love for calf is called Vatsalya. So a mother having Vatsalya. So she doesn't think it is austerity. But if the same thing is with husband, big austerity. Big austerity. So for a devotee, devotional service bhakti is not a austerity, it is a bliss. Without bhakti, bhakta will dry out, bhakti will dry out, and puna musika bhava, becoming mouse again. And now that he has tasted devotional service, he goes back to material life. He will suffer more than before because he had a higher taste, and now this lower taste doesn't appeal him, so he will be distressful. So there is no austerity in devotional service because it is natural for a living entity. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sabya Karunai Sravanadi Siddha Chitte Kare Uday. This Krishna consciousness is dormant in everybody's heart. But by regularly chanting and performing devotional service, we can reawaken our dormant Krishna consciousness, dormant love of Krishna. So we want love, but we don't want to pay the price. So love is there, Nitya Siddha, in everybody's heart. But we have to awaken it. It is sleeping, dormant. So to reawaken, to reawake our love for Krishna, we have to chant holy name. Sravanadi Suddha Chitte. We have to chant here. So we want this, but we don't want this. That cannot happen. You want this, then you have to do this. And then there is no austerity. You want child, mother wants child, but she cannot take care of baby. So it's no equation. It's not equation. So Rupa Goswami is giving beautiful formulas how devotional service can enhance, how devotional service can be destroyed. Atyahar prayasasya prajalpo niyama janasangasya lolyam sarvir bhakti vinashyati. And how you can enhance devotional service? Utsahan, 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 utsahan. Huh? Everybody memorize this 8 sloka of Nectar of Instruction. Very serious matter. The 11 slokas out of their 8 slokas we should memorize. And Srila Rupa Goswami wrote this for us, for his disciples to come. Instruction, Nectar of Instruction. So, if you are serious, you should memorize this 8 sloka. If you can memorize 11, it's well and good. At least 8 slokas. It's very beautiful instruction. How you can enhance your devotional service. Utsahan nisaya dhairya tata tata karmasa paravartanat sangatyagat sato vritte sarvir bhakti prasiddhati. By this we can enhance our devotion to Krishna. And our devotional service will be destroyed by doing these 6 things. Atiyahar, over collecting mundane material things, that is very difficult to, or over endeavoring and overeating. Atiyahar, prayasasya, prayasam naiva kartavyam. Prahlad Maharaj. Kunti also saying her prayer. Prayas, over endeavoring we should not do. Rupa Goswami says, prayasascha. We should not over endeavor. Whatever Krishna sends us, we should be happy with it. We should think that this is way more than what I need. Whatever Krishna has sent me, it is beyond what I need. Utsaha nichayat dhairya dhiraj. So atyahar prayasasya, more than niyamagraha. We should not follow rules and regulations for the sake of following them. Atyahar prayasasya prajalpo. We should not talk unnecessary. Paper talk, newspaper talk. Gramya katha. Na sunebe yaar, gramya katha na kahibe. Balo na peribe yaar, balo na khaibe. So, no gramya katha. We should always talk about Krishna and Radharani. In every sentence, there should be name of Krishna. In every sentence. Niyamagraha. Niyama ka agraha rakhna. Unnecessarily following the rules or regulation. I was doing Somvar, Monday I was fasting, so I kept fasting. Or I was doing Sukra, Sani, I should keep doing that. No. In Krishna consciousness, if you practice Krishna, they are all automatically will be happy. You don't have to specially do anything. Just practice Krishna consciousness. It includes everything. Sarva mantra sar nam, ei shastra marma. Kali kale dharma, harinama sankirtan. Niyamagra janasangasya lolyamcha. Janasanga. If you associate with worldly minded people, it destroys your devotion. Janasanga, lolyamcha. To become greedy about mundane material things. We should be greedy about spiritual life. Greed. The driving force for Raganuga. Bhakti is greed, intense desire, greed. So we should not be greedy about mundane material things. But this destroys our devotion. And how it can be enhanced? Utsaha nischayat dhairyat tata tata karma pravartana sangatyagat sato vritti sadabhira bhakti prasiddhati. Utsaha, we should have lots of enthusiasm. We have enthusiasm to become MA, BA, PhD. After that, we have enthusiasm to get married. And then after that, we have enthusiasm for children. And after then, money and so much enthusiasm for material things. So we should have unlimited times more enthusiasm in spiritual life than the material. So this is utsaha, nischay, strong determination. I want to please Krishna. I want to please Radharani. I want to please Rupa Mandali. I want to please Srila Prabhupada. I want to please my Gurudev. Enthusiasm. Utsaha nischayat. Nischay, strong determination. Dhairya, dhiraj, patience. Tata tata karma pravartana. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. We should practice. Sangatyagat sato vritti. We have to give up the company of non-devotees and following the footsteps of great devotees. So this is how we can enhance our devotion. But there is no austerity of any kind in spiritual life. In spiritual life means in bhakti, there is no austerity. It's ever blissful. Yoga, yes, there is austerity. or karma, yes, there is austerity, or so many other paths, spiritual so-called paths. There is austerity. But in bhakti, bhakti means prem. And to love someone, where is austerity? We want to love. So in love, there is no austerity. But we think that it is austerity. And that's why there is austerity in bhakti. So I will stop here and open the floor for any question, comment. So there are so many people here also. So any question or comment? Yes. Yes, Bimala? Huh? Oh, Poonam.
So you just said, like getting education, getting a job.
Wait a minute. I hear a little less than normal people. So speak loudly and clearly, yes.
So you just said, there should not be too much materialistic desires about getting education, getting married, getting children. I think as a normal person, that's what people do.
Yeah, but a devotee is not normal, it is abnormal. Devotional service is not normal, it is abnormal.
But there are some good parts also, of so
Mataji, there is absolutely no good part in material life, believe me. That doesn't mean that you should not have children, you should not house, you should not have car, you should not have. You can have every amenity in material world. It doesn't stop you. Just connect those things to Krishna. That's all.
yeah, I understand. But then, even if you look at Krishna had so many children. Jiva had children.
So that's why I said there is no problem for these things: house, car, education, children, marrying, wives, husband. There is no. It's good. One must have. But this is not the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
That's what we are saying. It's not the ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is, who are you? Who are you? Bhagavad Gita की दृष्टि से, if he ask you, according to Bhagavad Gita philosophy, who are you? What would you say? Okay, and more specifically?
Are you a body or a soul?
Or both? Are you soul, Atma, Sarir, या दोनों? Who are you? If you are dono, suppose wife is there and husband is there. Husband's wife is dead and her dead body is in front of husband, and husband cries, my wife is gone, my wife is gone. So the body is lying right there. So he should say, half is gone, half is left, half is crying and half is laughing. Does it happen like that? If it was both, then half is left means 50%. He should be happy. So the wife was soul, the body, or both? Who was it? Soul. So Atma, natural life, blissful life for Atma is Adhyatmik. Atma, Atmik, Adhyatmik. Natural life for Atma is Adhyatmik life, means natural life of spirit soul is spiritual life. Spirit soul, spiritual life. and we are living material life. So it is like fish out of water. Prabhupada says, if you take fish out of water and you give everything golden, khana golden, rehna golden, everything beautiful, you give her, but out of water. Will she enjoy? There is no life outside of water for her. So fish, natural life is water. And you take away that natural life water from her, she will be suffering, dying. Same thing with Atma. You took away spiritual, spirit soul. You take spiritual life out of spirit soul. The spirit soul is going to suffer. So that's what we are doing. We are not putting equation together. We are spirit soul, but we want to live material life. It is like a fish out of water. So you can never be happy because your fish is out of water. So put fish back into water, beautiful, she's happy again. I got my life back. So put spirit soul, your spirit soul, back into spiritual life. You'll become ever blissful like fish. So this is unnatural life for us, material life. You can go through because at this stage, I don't think I want to tell you that just lead a spiritual life and everything is included in it. But we say that just science and science, both, you just cultivate side by side. Is Upanishad. So you have to think about spiritual life. Yes.
Isn't it way like they can don't play on the material life and still do the activities, whatever activities?
Yeah, wonderful. Yes.
Still have the Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Yes, dovetail. I have dovetail. Dovetail. Prabhupada used to use this word quite a bit. Dove, Pakshi, the bird dove, has a tail. It has a tail like this, and another dove tail. So then it becomes a perfect joint. It will never be undone. Dovetail. So you dovetail all material things in Krishna consciousness. Means you're cooking every day, morning and evening. So you offer that to Krishna. So you're dovetailing your food with Krishna. And that food becomes spiritualized, prasadam. Otherwise you're eating pap. Prasadam, yeah, pap. Yeah, last but one. This I wrote book called Prasad Ya Pap. If you're not offering your foodstuff to Krishna, then invariably you're eating sin. So like that, dovetail everything in Krishna consciousness. Everything you can dovetail. Any other question? Yes.
One more thing, just share the many activities we do, and sometimes things work out in favor, and we immediately say, "Oh, I did a good job." And at that moment, if we thank Krishna, that Krishna gave us intelligence and all the facilities to make it success, so that will help us to attain Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
Same activity we did that. Just,
Dovetail.
Yeah,
Dovetail.
thank Krishna. Devotee association that helps. Same activity, you earn a lot of money, you can earn, but
Yes.
Maharaj, I have a question. So, the way Srila Prabhupada's quotes, he said that these are Vaikuntha's children, it's about children, how we can engage them and bring them closer to Krishna. So, Prabhupada had told one of his disciples that do not neglect your children. And so, how do I balance this, Maharaj? Because sometimes, in trying to do devotional service, The children can get neglected, you don't have enough time for them. So what is more important and how can we balance it so that they also get a taste for Krishna?
Well, in your life it is pretty much together, but generally we can in day to day talk and life and doing everything, we can teach them, how to offer and don't eat without offering. This is not offer. Please don't eat. And please chant, even if they chant without mala or whatever way. Like at their frequency, we can engage them in Krishna service, teach them harmonium, and later on they can sing nice bhajan or kirtan or everything. We can mold their life. Doing same thing, they learn piano and they play so many other music songs. They can learn piano with Hare Krishna. Like that, dovetail everything. So with children, we can pay a little attention. And if they are very, very rebellious, then we have to take a little extra time. It takes up your time a little more. But can be done. Can be done. Any other question? Nischay. Strong determination. Niyamagra. Yes, but those niyam that advances in Krishna consciousness, those niyam must be followed. But niyamagraha means those niyam which becomes hindrance to practice Krishna consciousness. We should not adhere to them. So that's a demarcation line. Any other question? Any other question?
Good opportunity to ask questions at this time.
Friday night also.
Yeah.
Friday night celebration.
Yeah.
Celebration for everybody. Yes. Both are important. Remembering of Krishna is the goal, and mala helps it. Doing 16 rounds niyam helps it. So it's both are necessary. We are not at the stage of remembering Krishna constantly. So we have to practice. And mala helps. At least 2 hours you remember Krishna, if not 24 hours. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantas sadradvrata namasyantas mam nitya yukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Constantly chant my glories, kirtan. So we are not able to do that. So for that, we want to introduce rules and regulations. There are at least 2 hours with mala. You say his name, try to concentrate on him on his holy name, Hare Krishna mantra, and that meditation on holy name is meditation on Krishna. So both are important. Both are important. The goal is to remember him. Satatam smartyo Vishnu vismartavyo kadachana iti vidhi nisedyor atayava kinkara. The goal is to remember Krishna around the clock. That's the goal. Because we are not able to remember Krishna around the clock, at least 2 hours we should try to remember him with Hare Krishna mantra. Any other question? Yes.
Sometimes when you're telling other people, they say that I chant in my mind. Why do I need to chant on these? So how do you reach to this topic?
Well, in your mind, nothing is going on. It is just avoiding your question, but that question is, all these questions are in this little booklet, Anand Ki Aur. So they say, I'm chanting in my mind, but that is blunder. Nobody chanting in his mind. Just chant holy name, Kirtan. That's a process in Kali Yuga. Yes. It's a blunder, chanting in mind. Any other question? Yes.
How do I attain a vow for chanting?
How do I attain?
How do I attain a vow for chanting?
How do I attain? Vow for chanting. That's also in this. And more than that is last book I published is this. It says Harinam, Sankirtan and Jap. So it's very nicely described in this. So your question was?
How do I attain the vow for chanting? Because I have such love for kirtan, for everything else. But when it comes to chanting, I really have to force myself to do it. So how do I attain the natural love to do it?
Okay. See, if you have a little know-how of another technique of chanting, if you know and practice, it will be easy. Just like while chanting, you meditate on his rupa, his form. His start from underneath his feet. There are beautiful chinha, beautiful marks on his lotus feet, under the feet. Lotus, club, and chakra, and rekha. And so just meditate on those chinha. And then you come up, and there is alta, and above that is he wears, gungaroos, and his fingernails are beautiful rings, and so many moon-like lights are emanating from his fingernails, through his fingernails. Like that, if you try to see his complexion, complexion, is it? Then you will see him while chanting, and that's an intense meditation itself. You will love to do that. Suppose there is a beautiful pastimes you like, and you remember while chanting, Mother Jasoda is churning butter, Krishna is crawling, coming to her and pulling her sari, that I am hungry, please breast feed me, and Mother Jasoda sit down and then take his lala on lap and started breastfeeding him, and all of a sudden she saw milk overboiling on the stove, wooden stove, and she put lala away, and so नाम जप में रूप का ध्यान, नाम जप में लीला का ध्यान, नाम जप में उनके गुणों का ध्यान, भक्त वत्सल, हाउ is भक्त वत्सल to many devotees. नाम रूप में his abode का ध्यान. So then it will become so easy for you to chant holy name, isn't it? Yes. So that is all in this book. Huh?
Roop, Maharaj, you keep saying in the classes also, Roop, Leela, Gun.
Yes. Naam, Roop, holy name you can also meditate Hare Krishna on the holy name. So Naam, Roop, Leela, Gun, Dham, Parikar. All this you can all this you can meditate on while chanting. So it becomes realizable, isn't it? Any other question?
Maharaj, you also you keep, in context to the same question, you say, you often have said, गाते रहो गवैया बन जाओगे, बजाते रहो बजैया बन जाओगे.
Yes. Chant करते रहो, अच्छे chanter बन जाओगे.
What does that mean, Somya? गाते रहो गवैया बन जाओगे means keep singing, you become a good singer. बजाते रहो बजैया बन जाओगे. Keep playing and you become a good player. Likewise. You keep chanting.
Yes.
You become a good chanter.
Okay, any other question? Anybody
There are
else?
some online questions also.
Mm.
There are 28 devotees online, and there are 2 devotees on the Facebook as well. So online, there are 2 questions. I'll read the first one. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. Dandavat Pranam. Often we start taking association of devotees for granted. How can we keep reminding ourselves of the importance of Guru Sadhu Sangha?
Say that again.
How can we often we take association of devotees for granted? How can we keep reminding ourselves the importance of Guru Sadhu Sangha?
Well, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us beautiful formula. Trinadapi Sunichena. That tells everything, isn't it? So we have to keep this Gaudiya Vaishnav Kantahar always with us. Then it will become easier. Yes, next. I don't want to take up much time because you already went over time.
If anybody has any question, then think of that. I'll take one more question from online. All these wonderful books are available. If okay, right, this is the message.
Available on Kindle.
Yeah, so all the books, Guru Maharaj books are available on Kindle as well as on Amazon also. And just go to the website.
And physically you can have.
The website also has it. The
Yeah.
website also has all the books. Or I'm here. You can reach me.
Yes.
So there's so many wonderful books Guru Maharaj has written. Especially this book is a new publication.
Secret marriage.
Secrets of the marriage, sacred marriage. It's beautiful, wonderful books. Already know a lot of magics. Those who have received it, they are already appreciating it. So it just published like 2 months back. Those who want it. The book's website is books.kratuprabhu.com. Somebody needs it. Any other questions?
Well, they are arranging Prasad.
Yeah.
Prasad is coming,
Just coming
but
up.
they are not ready, look like. So in 2-3 minutes, it will be ready. Any other question? She's helping. She need help.
She's helping Kelly.
Huh?
They're working together.
Yeah.
So, Maharaj, we see the
To accept second recording. Okay.
and they find sometimes they ask this question that Krishna consciousness is very hard, which was the topic of today.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Yes.
Hari Bol Maharaj.
Yes.
This is Chaitanya Devdas. Hari Bol.
Yes, Chaitanya.
So Maharaj, you start that program, we are starting another program here.
Good. Go ahead.
Another Bhakti Berks.
Go ahead, please.
Maharaj, wonderful class.
Thank you.
Nice. And we will have this Prasadam and Pak done by this month end, Maharaj. So we were just finished almost the translation. So probably by this month end we'll have it.
Wonderful.
English.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, Mr. Arjun.
Yeah, so if there's no other question, we can go for the next part.
Mr. Adam, ready? Ready?
Jyotish Prabhu, do you have any other questions over there in the group?
No, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you, Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ranat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes. Mother. Prashadam ki.
Thank you everyone for
This
giving
is
your appreciation
New
on this
Jersey and Bhakti Leadership Program,
Friday
Friday,
and giving us opportunity
29,
to serve you, giving us your time
2021.
in
Thank you.
your
Hare
association.
Krishna.
Thank you so much. Short announcements. The ISKCON of Bergen Pyramid Center is open now, and you're more than welcome. Please join that as the time allows. The programs run 5:30 p.m. on every Sunday, and every Sunday 6:43 Forest Avenue.
दवाई रखो पहले बंद ना थाए
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining. And wonderful, wonderful points. Srila Gurudev mentioned a lot of verses. So I try to keep a note of all the verses. I will share in the email also. But very, very practical points. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the association. So once again, thank you to all the Facebook users also, all the YouTube users also. And we will look forward to see you next week. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Paresh Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Gurudev.
Dandavat Pranam to all you.
Jai, jai, jai. Thank you, Gopal Govind Prabhu, for making it possible to have darshan and katha from Srila Gurudev. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna to all the devotees from India also for joining. I know it's too early for you. Thank you, Manari Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.